Today, it's an honor to feature Mr. Kamal Bhatia, a powerhouse in the world of business, finance, and leadership.
From there, I went to Auto ID, which is better known as the barcoding out here.
Oh, wow.
And moving to Canada, see what happens is whatever your experience or background is in India, unless you're a professional
Right.
and you're looking for a job. By the way, I've never worked for anyone.
Right.
I've always worked for myself or in partnership with family.
Are you an entrepreneur dreaming of building a business empire? Do you want to know the secrets to scaling across industries and even across continents? Then you won't want to miss this episode.
If you find the movie stars doing so well and so successful, it didn't happen overnight.
Definitely.
If you see business leaders and doing so well, that didn't happen overnight.
They put
They've
hours
worked
of.
hours and days and weeks and years. They put their head down and they worked on it. You only see the last success.
Right.
So it has to be work, hard work. No, not hard work, enjoyable work. Because if you love what you're doing,
It doesn't feel like work.
it's no longer hard. It's enjoyable period.
You're one of the only people I think who has said that there's absolutely nothing they'd like to change. Usually someone, goes back to some year and says something, but great answer again. Hi, this is Kripa Anand, and welcome to the CanadianSME Small Business Podcast. This episode is special. We have the privilege of featuring a visionary entrepreneur, business titan, and a transformational leader whose influence spans continents and industries. Today, it's an honor to feature Mr. Kamal Bhatia, a powerhouse in the world of business, finance, and leadership. As the founder and owner of Myron Tiles and Stones, he has set new benchmarks in granite, housing, and construction, establishing a legacy of excellence in both Canada and India. His manufacturing empire stands as a global benchmark, defining luxury, durability, and architectural brilliance. Beyond his impact in the business world, empowering entrepreneurs and homeowners with strategic financial solutions, his expertise has helped countless small and medium businesses navigate financial landscapes with confidence and success. But his influence goes far beyond business. Mr. Kamal is a celebrated motivational speaker and leadership trainer, having conducted high impact seminars across India, Canada, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Malaysia, China, and Thailand, with audiences ranging from 30 to 700 attendees, with him being the only speaker. His seminars are not just events, they are transformative experiences that ignite success, resilience, and leadership excellence. A true visionary and transformative leader, Mr. Kamal Bhatia is reshaping industries, driving business excellence, and inspiring the next generation of global leaders. So, let's dive in the episode. Mr. Kamal Bhatia, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here on the podcast. How are you doing today?
Excellent. It's really a pleasure. First, thank you for inviting me over. I'm feeling good about myself. So, thanks a lot, Kripa. And I'm sure you have some interesting questions or
Right.
interesting thoughts. And I'll be very happy to share whatever I can with you and your group.
Definitely, we are all very excited. Now, Mr. Bhatia, your journey spans multiple industries, right? From construction and manufacturing to finance and leadership training. First of all, it's truly remarkable what you are doing. My question to you is, how do you approach such diversification while ensuring excellence in every field that you're in? What's your secret?
Diversification has approached me. I haven't approached diversification.
Okay.
See, I started my journey as a business owner in sporting goods, that's consumer goods,
Right.
as a distributor. Then I went on to electronic assembly, that is making TV sets,
Right.
again in India.
Mm-hmm.
From there, I went to Auto ID, which is better known as the barcoding out here.
Oh, wow.
And moving to Canada. See, what happens is whatever your experience or background is in India, unless you're a professional
Right,
and you're looking for a job. By the way, I've never worked for anyone.
right.
I've always worked for myself or in partnership with family.
Wow, you always had that entrepreneurial thing in your mind, right?
Oh, yes.
So did you like know that you wanted to become an entrepreneur since the very beginning, or when was it in your lifetime that you realized that no, I don't want to work for someone, I want to do something of my own?
It was a little different when I was born.
Yeah.
From day one, my dad said, okay, you got to join my business.
Okay.
Though I did very well academically in India, I was okay. That's
Something that we'll talk about maybe in the
that's
next episodes to
yeah,
come.
yeah.
He's
That's
not revealing too much for now, but that's
yeah,
okay.
that's boasting. But I was good academically,
Yeah.
and I was offered a job while I was still doing my undergrad.
Oh, wow.
But since I had been ordained to take over my dad's business,
Right.
so I joined him, did that business,
Yeah.
then started assembly of electronic equipment,
Right.
then went on to Auto ID, and then moved to Canada. A totally different life
Exactly.
here.
Exactly.
Totally different life.
I was just, coming to that because you've built empires, both in India and Canada, first of all, two vastly different business landscapes. Now, what do you think, Kamalji, are the key differences in, entrepreneurial mindsets between these markets, and how do you navigate them? The major difference that you saw in India and Canada.
When you are a professional and working in an organization, you're bound by certain norms.
Right.
You're bound by the vision of that corporation.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you have to be a horse wearing blinkers and go in
Just
that
looking
path,
straight
on
ahead.
that.
Yeah.
When you are an entrepreneur or a business owner, you choose your own path.
Right.
You chart your own directions, your own journey is at your pace, with your ideas, with your vision, and then you can go slow or fast, or you can zoom like a rocket. So that's your choice. So for me, it was always that I chart my own path.
Wow, that's so inspiring to hear. I already feel good about my own self as well. Are you an entrepreneur dreaming of building a business empire? Do you want to know the secrets to scaling across industries and even across continents? Then you won't want to miss this episode. We're talking with Mr. Kamal Bhatia, a true visionary who has done it all. He's sharing his invaluable insights on leadership, resilience, and building a legacy. Stay tuned for a masterclass in entrepreneurship, and for more inspiration and resources to fuel your business journey, visit CanadianSME.ca. Now let's delve into the secrets behind building this lasting legacy in the competitive world of business. Now, many businesses, they struggle to sustain long-term success, especially in today's rapidly changing environment with AI coming in and all things going digital. Now, what principles have you followed to not only sustain but also scale Myron Tiles and Stones into an industry leader?
And not just Myron Tile and Stone, this is a principle which we all should be following. Give. Whenever you're dealing with a client, a customer, an associate, a vendor, a staff member, give and give abundantly.
Right.
It is so easy to say, I'll sell at the highest possible price. Sure, you
Right.
do that because you're in business. But you must provide adequate value. No, you must provide abundant value to the client.
Right.
And I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
When you go out to eat in a restaurant, and when you ask for the check, people and you pay, Somebody will say thank you. Some of the restaurants have the practice, they would write, thank you for your business. Thank you
Yes,
for coming here. Don't you feel good about it?
definitely.
That's it. You do for the client what he is not expecting. So you walk an extra step.
Right.
You don't announce it that, look, I'm going to be doing dig, 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 dig. Then that becomes a part of his expectations.
Right.
So you go over and beyond the client's expectations. I'll give you an example.
Mhm.
Recently, we had an anniversary, yearly anniversary celebrations for Myron Tile,
Oh wow. Back in which month was this?
November.
Okay.
That was the third anniversary. So
Right.
in this new location, we started. In 20 was the opening, 21 first anniversary, and 24 was the third anniversary.
Okay.
And we really went out, and all the clients and
Yes.
designers and friends and family were there. Everyone who came, apart from wining, dining, and all as part of the celebrations,
Right.
everyone was given a small token gift.
Wow.
They weren't expecting that. And now that's the extra factor.
Right.
And it's the same principle that we do in business. Give more. Most people today say, hey, the markets are tough.
Right.
The economy is slow.
Right.
There's the fear of tariffs.
Right.
There is, you don't know whether we'll be a country or the 51st state. It won't happen. But anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
So there is this uncertainty.
Right.
In this uncertain times, if you decide to buy into these uncertain times,
Right.
you're doing yourself the biggest disfavor. I repeat, if you buy into the fear and buy into the
Uncertain times.
buy into the emotion of uncertain times, that what will happen tomorrow, you are digging a hole for yourself to fall into, and somebody else will bury you.
Wow.
No. Whatever be the times, you will do well. And I'll give you an example.
Mhm.
2008, you won't remember
2008,
2008.
I was maybe
Yeah, no,
9 years old.
overseas.
9 years old. Yeah.
Okay. 2008, everyone said, oh, the markets are bad, and they were bad. And
Financially, it was a lot economic pressure going on.
yes, but for me, we did well. Even that time. Why? Because I refused to buy into the philosophy that markets are going to go bad and I won't be doing well. No.
Wow. Just the change in mindset is what you're saying makes a difference.
Yes. Change in mindset. In fact, it's what your basic fundamental acceptance or thought process in life is. I won't even say a belief system, a thought process. Because you say, no, I'm going to do well. Why? Because even when the economy is slow or markets are down, there are some people who still make money.
Right.
And last 3, 4, 5 years, even during COVID, we've been doing well. We've been growing year on year and doing well. So it's, if somebody says, it's the weather is not so good, I said, no, it's beautiful weather out there. Enjoy it.
Right.
So there we can go into details, but I'm
Right.
sure you have other
Definitely.
questions.
You have explained this so wonderfully well, I'd say. My next question to you, Mr. Kamal, is saying all of this, what advice would you give to, young entrepreneurs who are, in early stages of building their business?
I would be tempted to use the word which mostly people use, believe in yourself. Don't believe in yourself, because today's belief can be tomorrow can be discarded.
Right.
Know that you'll do well.
Hmm.
Be certain that you'll do well. Be certain. Why? How can I be certain? You're just certain for no reason.
Right.
When you get up and you decide to walk to that door, you know that you can walk to that door. Similarly, when you set up in business, be certain. Don't listen to the so-called well-wishers who will tell you be careful. Don't be careful.
Right.
Be
Go all in. Yeah.
Go all in.
Yeah.
All in, all in. And you'll succeed.
Wow. That's again such a beautiful and such a simple advice that is so powerful. Kamalji, this highlights the importance of, adapting to change also while, staying true to your own core values. Now, in an era where, digital transformation, as we were speaking, is reshaping industries, how do you balance innovation with the, timeless fundamentals of success?
20 years back or 30 years back,
Mhm.
there were telephones that you would have to with the rotary
Yes,
dial.
yes.
And then came the push button telephone.
Right.
And then came the cordless telephone. And then came cell phones.
Right.
And then came smartphones.
Right.
Hasn't everyone been changing? Our ability to adopt to technology and new methods is very good.
Right.
It's smart, fast, and anyone who says that I don't understand is probably not willing to spend time and effort, which means they're just being lazy.
Right.
That's all.
Wow. Every answer is so on point and so perfect. Also, Kamalji, if there's any one thing, if I give you a time machine, right, and if you can go back in time and redo or change or do something a little differently in your entire trajectory of life, what would it be and why?
Nothing.
Wow.
I don't like to go back, so I can't really try and imagine to go back. If the only thing that comes to my mind is based on my present mindset is I'll go faster, I'll be more aggressive, I'll pick up more speed.
Wow.
Not slow down. No.
Wow. You're one of the only people I think who has said that there's absolutely nothing they'd like to change. Usually someone, goes back to some year and says something, but great answer again. Now, it's been a decade, right, of your experience in the mortgage industry. You have a unique perspective on, financial success. What financial frameworks or, investment philosophies do you believe that every entrepreneur should adopt early on in their journey so that they could learn from what is it that other people are doing wrong so that it gets avoided in their own journey?
I won't say other people are doing anything wrong, except that I would say that if you're investing, especially if you're buying properties for mortgage, make sure that you have 6 months or a year's mortgage monthly payments put aside, so that for some reason, if the times become tough for you,
Right.
you don't start panicking.
Right.
I once told somebody, he says, "Oh, I have to make payment for 6 properties. What do I do? Interest rates have gone up." I said, "Sell off one." "What do you mean?" I said, "This is where you have earned the money. So either sell one and have a peace of mind, or go on talking about it and go on worrying about it and ruin your health." So what is more important? And it's not a loss, it's a loss of profit.
Right.
If you keep your health, you'll earn more money and more profit, and from nth number of areas.
Definitely, that's invaluable advice for any entrepreneur out there. Financial prudence and strategic planning are clearly essential. All right, it's time for a short break, and we'll be back with much more inspiring content.
Hey, you think you know UPS? Yeah, that's us. Everybody knows that. You know what you didn't know? This. Okay, try to keep up. Ocean, us. Ground, rail, air, so us. Guess who? Us. Customs cleared, borders cleared, done. Us. Still with me? Wait for it. Boom. Us. Intelligent, automated, fulfillment. Us. Yep. Healthcare too. Digital your thing? Yeah. Well, book it, ship it, track it. You feeling me yet? Yep. That's all us. That's all UPS.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, we're in the business of you.
We're here to help you plug in,
Connect and recharge.
make an impression,
and meet with confidence.
With 19 brands built for business,
your business gets even more rewarding.
With an award-winning loyalty program at 6,000 IHG hotels and resorts worldwide.
We are back once again with the visionary Mr. Kamal Bhatia. Let's get in. Now, let's shift gears and delve into your expertise as a leadership trainer. Now, you're not just a business leader, right? But also a renowned leadership trainer and a motivational speaker. As someone who has shaped the perspective of thousands globally, what is one profound leadership lesson that remains timeless, regardless of industry or geography?
You have to have a service mindset. You have to be ready, willing, excited about serving people, whether as a student or as a teacher or as a business leader or as a community member. You must give. Money comes to many people,
Right.
but while earning money, if you can give, if you can serve the community, then not only would you be financially abundant,
Right.
you would also be emotionally satisfied.
Wow, because a lot of people, they ignore the emotional side of things a lot. And at the end of the day, it's all about your mental health. If your mental health is right, only then you will be able to succeed and go where you want to in life. Has there, come any point in your life where you've struggled with, just getting out of bed or coping up? Because all of us have those bad days, right? What is that one thing that, kept you going?
I was out of the house at 7 today.
Okay.
I had to go somewhere.
Right.
So if something needs to be done, not something I want to do, something needs to be done.
Right.
If I've given a commitment, if I've decided to do something,
Right.
then lazing, not wanting to get out of the bed is not
Was
an
never a
option.
question for you.
It's not even an option.
Mm.
Yes, there are days when you just want to lie in bed, have a breakfast in bed. Those are different days.
Right.
But if you have a commitment
Right.
that you've given to yourself, much less to anyone else,
Right.
it's the highest possible commitment. You cannot renege on that commitment. You have to fulfill that.
Great perspective. Now, you've delivered seminars in, diverse cultural landscapes from Taiwan to Canada. How do cultural nuances impact business leadership? And what universal success principle, transcends borders?
Two questions in
Right.
this.
Layered.
Cultural nuances.
Yes.
So
Cultural
let's
nuances. Yeah.
talk about that. When I do the seminar in, say, Malaysia
Mhm.
or Thailand
Right.
or China, I've done multiple seminars in China with
I think you
Sev-
being the only speaker present there, right?
I've done
Yes.
seminars for 3 days, 5 days
Wow.
at a stretch. In China, you have to have an interpreter. So
Okay.
you
Yeah.
say one sentence and the interpreter translates it.
Translates, yeah.
The way they treat the seminar providers in China is they'll call you teacher.
Okay.
In India, they'll call you sir.
Right.
In Canada, they'll call you by the first name.
Right.
That's a different tradition.
Yes.
Those are the cultural nuances. The ability, I've been very impressed by the Chinese people.
Mhm.
Their ability to listen, their ability to be open, their ability to absorb, their ability to ask questions is humongous.
Mhm.
Amazing. And that is why they are doing so well,
Right.
because they're open, learning constantly,
Mhm.
and being respectful at the same time. By the way, they like to have fun, they like to enjoy,
Right.
they like to have the drink, but that's besides the point. And that's where China is concerned. India, everyone knows everything. From the day they are born, in their temples and scriptures
Right.
and their family
There's an
and
abundance
parents.
of knowledge already.
Yeah, so they are very skeptical, or they look at you. Though I started my leadership training since in 1980, and it's been a wonderful journey.
Wow.
So cultural nuances that I'm just saying,
Yeah.
everyone knows when you're presenting something, whether you're presenting it genuinely, or is it that something you just read half an hour back and you're just parroting it.
Right.
If you're parroting it, nobody is a fool. They all understand.
Right.
They may not say it on your face.
Right. Definitely.
It's an enjoyable, joyful, growing experience.
Right. And is there any universal success principle that you've seen applying everywhere?
Buy a lottery. No.
That threw me off. I was like, what?
Then a lot of people think that success can come immediately. No.
Yeah.
Success comes from concerted effort.
Right.
If you find the movie stars doing so well and so successful, it didn't happen overnight.
Definitely.
If you see business leaders and doing so well, that didn't happen overnight.
They put
They
hours
worked.
of,
Hours and days and weeks and years. They put their head down and they worked on it. You only see the last success.
Right.
So it has to be work, hard work. No, not hard work, enjoyable work. Because if you love what you're doing,
It doesn't feel like work.
it's no longer hard. It's enjoyable period.
Yes. Wow. Now, Mr. Kamal, let's explore the intuition in leadership and decision making. First of all, do you believe in manifesting?
Of course.
Okay. Now, many entrepreneurs, they grapple with the balance with logic and intuition. Now, what role does intuition play in decision making for a seasoned entrepreneur like yourself? And do you believe that gut instinct over data driven strategies, or is it a blend of both?
I would not use the word intuition.
Okay.
I would use the word inspiration. If you have not been trained well within yourself, your intuition may be one part of the mind telling you
Right.
something, and that may lead you astray. May. I'm not saying it will. Inspiration is a totally different thing.
Right.
Inspiration comes from your higher self, where when inspiration comes, it doesn't have a past.
Right.
So today, suddenly you get an idea that this can be done. After that, data-driven strategies,
Right.
hard work, all that will come later.
Right.
So inspiration will lead to an idea will lead to an intention will lead to a decision will lead to a plan will lead to action would lead to obstacles and results.
Wow. I think you've given the entire flowchart of how the process is, and it's so true, right? Uh, Now, you've mentioned resilience and adaptability as hallmarks of successful entrepreneurs. Can you share a defining moment in your own career, Mr. Kamal Bhatia, where these traits played a critical role in overcoming maybe a major challenge or a major pitfall in your life?
When I came to Canada,
Yeah.
in my suitcase, I had decided to do business. So in the suitcases that I had carried, there were about samples of 20 different diverse products that I could sell here.
Wow.
Maybe more, but not less. From industrial wire to inner garments to stone to you name it.
Okay.
And I worked simultaneously on those. Granite succeeded. So within 2 months of coming here,
Yeah.
I could sell some granite.
Wow.
So that's where I entered. And then for first 5 years, I refused to look at any other product. 100% of my time was dedicated, committed to success in granite.
Wow.
And then everything else came later.
So consistency and focus on one particular thing, without the other distractions. Maybe if you would have found some other product back then, maybe you would have gotten success in that as well. But where you are right now, whatever your trajectory has been, it is at a pedestal right now. It is monumental, I'd say. And yes, you should just go with whatever your higher self is inspiring you to be. Now, finally, Mr. Kamal, you've achieved so much in your career, right? Legacy is built not just through business success, but through the impact that is left behind. Looking ahead, what is the legacy that you would want to leave both in business and as, a mentor to the future generation of entrepreneurs?
First, legacies are left by people like Ratan Tata. People like me, we don't leave legacies. We just come here, do the work, enjoy doing the work, and maybe during the journey, share a few things with others that they may like to implement in their lives. So, as far as I'm concerned, I don't want to leave a legacy. No, just enjoy. In fact, when I die, and everyone has to die, I like people to celebrate. Why? Not because they're celebrating my going away, but
Your
they're celebrating
existence,
my
yeah.
life. No legacies. Legacies are almost legacies get buried 6 feet under in your casket. And even the pictures that your children hang
Yeah.
in the house, after a few days, you'll find a coat of dust on it.
Wow, that's a very fresh perspective, I'd say. I never looked at it like this, but yes, you're also very humble when you mentioned Mr. Ratan Tata. You yourself also are a mastermind, I'd say. That was a very inspiring vision, Mr. Kamal. It's been an honor to have you on the podcast. Finally, before we let you go, is there any one final piece of advice you'd want to leave with all the listeners? Because the listeners are a mix of, young people who have started their journey as an entrepreneur or people who have already been in the business since the 10 years or have a medium sized business now but are looking for guidance and they're stagnant at growth. What advice would you give to them?
I can be talking about many things, but primarily, stop listening to too much of news. Most of the news is geared towards sensationalism
Yes.
and negative because that's what sells. And when you're listening to it, somehow you absorb a bit of it, even if you're saying, no, 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 I don't believe in it. Those images, those thoughts, those emotions, they sneak into your mind and in your psyche.
Right.
So, to the extent, listen to the news just
Just to be
bare
aware
minimum.
of what's going on.
Bare
Yeah.
minimum.
Yeah.
Otherwise, avoid. What do you listen to or what do you watch? Comedies. Something that gives you happiness, something that brings a smile on your face.
Wow. I don't want to end this podcast at all because I'm enjoying every second of this conversation. But due to time constraints, we'll have to cut it short. One last question before you go, Mr. Kamal. What do you do in your free time? Do you like consuming a lot of content, video wise, or reading? What is it that you do?
It's mostly video-wise now.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, my reading uh, has gone down. I
Okay.
used to be a vociferous reader, but it's reduced. Now it's in fact this we can talk about maybe some other time, the effect of social media.
Yeah,
But
you can
no,
go ahead if you want
um,
to speak. Yeah.
social media has taken away our ability to concentrate
Yes.
and be attentive on any thing
Yeah.
for a
The
long period
attention
of time.
spans have gotten much lesser.
Drastically
Yes.
reduced.
Now, hardly I think of any human, the maximum is 30 seconds. Because even if you use Instagram or use TikTok or any such platform, you just keep scrolling, right? And your eyes, your brain, they just want fresh content, fresh content, fresh content. So definitely I'd agree with that people are not able to concentrate anymore. But I think what do you think? How should we get our concentration back?
I'm doing that with my granddaughter,
Okay.
not me,
Yeah. Yeah.
everyone in
Please
the
share
house.
with our listeners as well.
Well,
Yeah.
we buy her or get her a lot of books, a
Wow.
lot of books. And she would read one book and then she'll say, Dadu or Grandpa,
Yeah.
how about another story, another book? So
Wow.
what she's doing it, or what we are able to do through her is that get her mind to be imaginative.
Right.
So that
You're
would
cultivating that into her.
yes. So she's reading. So she wants to read books. So
Right.
I would say, to the extent possible, if not a book, start with an article.
Right.
If not a full article, start with a
Right.
small essay. But read and allow your imagination to grow, to blossom big time.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Kamal, for doing this and being on the podcast. It's our pleasure, genuinely.
Thank you. Thank you for having me over. It's a pleasure. It's an honor. It's a joy. And it's been good fun. Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
That was a truly remarkable conversation with Mr. Kamal Bhatia, a visionary entrepreneur, industry leader, and motivational speaker. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. We appreciate your continued support. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast for more expert insights and resources that can help your business thrive. You can also visit our website, that is CanadianSME.ca, for more valuable information and tools. A very special thank you to our podcast partners, RBC, UPS, IHG Hotels and Resorts, and Google for their ongoing commitment to empowering small businesses in Canada. Until next time, Kripa Anand signing off.